Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a video that really frightens me. I actually talked about this on my stories on YouTube, and I don't even really like saying the name, so I'm going to say the name as the least amount as possible because it said too that he's so powerful that just saying his name, it's easy to summon him. So I'm going to say his name as the least amount as possible because I don't need no bad energy in my life. So if you guys like these scary stories and these type of videos, make sure to like and subscribe, and let's get to it. I feel like I need a good positive crystal. Hold on. I have my Moldavite, which is very good for protection, and it has really high vibrations that you can apparently feel throughout the body. It's a very intense crystal. I actually call this the healer from other worlds, and apparently it's one of the strongest crystals out there. This is also great for depression. If you've been feeling a little bit depressed, like with everything that's been going on lately, highly recommend it. They're very tiny because they're very expensive because there's only so many of them. Of course, my amethysts are extremely protective. And then I also have my celestite that I'm going to be holding, and this is supposed to protect you, and it's supposed to connect you with your guardian angels. So yeah, I'm going to keep these three little babies with me to help keep me nice and safe while I talk about this, because I don't need no bad energy in my life. 2020 sucks as much already. I'm going to talk about the legend of Zozo, which is a demonic force, entity, spirit, and I'm just going to refer to it as Z because I don't want to say its name anymore after that. Now, it's said to communicate with people via the Ouija board. I do not recommend them. I don't recommend making one, using an app. I don't recommend having any inside your house. They are not good. I can make a whole other video on that if you want me to, because that's just like a whole other thing in itself. Now, this spirit really became popular or well known in 2009 when Darren Evans, who used to be huge into Ouija boards, kind of started talking about it and sharing about his experiences. The reason he started sharing this information is because he wanted to protect people from it, and he actually went from being an enthusiast of the Ouija board to telling people, don't get them, don't have them, they're terrible for you, keep them out of your house, keep them away from you. According to him, he started experiencing flickering lights, sounds in the night, moving objects, scratches on his skin, and then multiple brushes with death. He basically started sharing his story to warn other people and letting them know about the real life dangers that could happen with playing around with this kind of stuff. He says the reasoning is because of these demonic forces that have one-on-one interaction with just one person inside of a family can really put a curse on the whole family and everyone around them in their circle. People to claim just the mention of his name can basically trigger him, and it'll make the power to summon him, which is terrifying and why I don't want to say his name. Basically, all the stories of him are very similar. People will sit down to play with the Ouija board or even something remotely similar to one. They'll make them, they'll draw them, and usually at first they'll think they're talking to a spirit, and they'll think it's somebody who passed on from inside of their family, a loved one, a close friend. I've talked about how, you know, they will trick you so that you trust them, and that's when the little thing will start to fly and it'll spell out its name. Ugh. Apparently it'll start to spell out obscenities, his names, and just like cruel things, and he promises to drag you or your loved one or your firstborn down to hell, which is terrifying. Someone writes, my nephew started running around the house screaming, Zozo. I don't even want to say the name. Nope, no thank you. And the user writes, and we frantically made him stop. The next morning, my nephew wakes up, and as we're waking up, he asks us if he can go get breakfast. So I put him in the car and pull out of the driveway. Not 2 minutes later, a car runs a stop sign and slams into us. Don't mess with this stuff, guys. There was actually an episode of Ghost Hunters where they had this Evans guy come on, and they actually went back to his home where he first experienced the encounter, or they first wanted to bring it up for educational purposes, which, let's be honest, they wanted to do it for ratings and for money, and I'm sorry, no amount of money will ever trigger me to think this is a good idea. Like, playing with this type of stuff is no joke. That's stupid, and I don't know what the heck they were thinking. Apparently on the episode, multiple voices were heard. Chills. I'm not even watching it. I want nothing to do with watching it. I don't even want to look it up right now. that's pretty much it on that story. I was gonna look up some stories about him and I was gonna read them to you, but to be honest with you, 100% honest with you, I don't want to. I don't want to mention his name. I really wanted to do this video because I think it's important to get the word out there, and I think it's terrifying, especially for Halloween and stuff. But to be honest with you, I don't need the name and the stories like on my phone. I don't really need it in my house, and I don't want to bring any type of that energy around me. So that's today's video. I hope you don't mind me not reading any of the crazy stories, but if you guys choose to read the stories, or if you have any experiences of your own, leave them down below. But I love you guys so much. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.